I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. In 2025, there is gonna be a ton of people who are gonna be leaving Albuquerque, and you're gonna wanna know why. So in today's video, we're gonna be getting into the topic, why are more people leaving Albuquerque in 2025? Let's go. Okay, so Eli, you're always talking about how great this city is, how great your state is. Why would you talk about people leaving? Well, the truth of the matter is that there's some things that we kind of lack, and I just want to be clear with you guys. That way you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And if this is your first time tuning into the Living in Albuquerque channel, guys, welcome. My name is Eli. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom, because a ton of you guys are still not subscribed to the channel, and it shows. And I'd hate for you guys to miss out on any great opportunities that we're going to be bringing this year in 2025 when it comes down to like new home promotions, any other kind of sales that these new home builders are bringing, or just one-off properties that some of my builder buddies that I've actually made friends with in this past year are going to be putting out there to the marketplace. So go ahead and do that. And if you guys are planning on moving down here within the next year or so, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. Me and my team are ready to help you guys with that move. So if you are serious about moving down here, you want to purchase a house, shoot, if you need help with finding a rental, we'd love to help you do that too. So feel free to reach out. Actually, one of the main reasons why a lot of people are leaving Albuquerque is because of our job market. Here, it's not going to be super big and super competitive like other major metro areas. You're going to have the three main sectors that everybody falls into, which is going to be tech, finance, and of course the entertainment industry. And you're going to have everything from Netflix, Costco, working for the labs, and then also working for the government agencies, which, believe it or not, they still offer a pension and they have some good benefits. So if you are planning on moving down here because you are looking for something that is going to be a slower pace, you're either looking to retire or shoot, you're just looking for something that's going to be a little bit more affordable, whether you're on that retirement side or not, Albuquerque is going to be a great fit. But if you're looking to continue to scale and grow within your career, we may want to look at a different city, guys, just to be honest with you. Now this next one is pretty funny because I talk about this one a lot, and it's one of the main reasons why people actually move down here. And it may be the opposite for somebody who's, you know, a little bit younger, looking for a stimulating environment, looking for a city that always has something going on. And really the slower pace of living here isn't super attractive to somebody who wants to get out and, you know, be a social butterfly, or get out and enjoy some entertainment, or just always have something to do in that fast-paced kind of lifestyle. Because down here, the energy is super lax. It's like, we'll leave it till tomorrow. Like, there's no rush for anything. And even down to dealing with the city, guys, and I'm sorry for anybody that has to deal with the city, they run on their own time clock. So if you have to like pull permits or anything like that, guys, it may be daunting. So just kind of be aware of that. And it may be the same case wherever you're living at, but for the majority, the people here are pretty lax. The environment is super chill. I mean, right now it's New Year's Eve, and I live right next to the freeway, and I can rarely hear any cars passing by. The kiddos in the backyard are making a lot more noise than the cars are next to the freeway. So just to kind of paint the picture for you guys, if you are somebody who wants more entertainment, you want to be in that fast-paced kind of living, you want to just live in a city that always has something going on, Albuquerque may not be a good fit for you. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to live an exclusive luxury lifestyle, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys. That's another reason why people are actually leaving Albuquerque, because they can't really get that exclusivity that they're looking for when it comes down to specialized amenities within our city, so they search for it elsewhere. So we do have some pretty cool options when it comes down to fine dining, luxury retail shopping, even just luxury things in general, because we have our own spin when it comes to that, right? We have our own flavor and our own taste, and actually going to experience some fine dining at some of these local mom and pop shops in places like Old Town is a pretty unique experience. So to us, luxury, I mean, it's cool, but since we're all about cost of living, affordability, and being able to live comfortably, when it comes to overspending on these luxury items, we really do it consciously. So a lot of people that do move out are searching for some of these luxury items that we don't offer. And again, that's totally fine. But the whole environment here, when it comes down to living in Albuquerque, is affordability, conscious spending, and just being able to live a pretty normal life. A very important thing to think about, and I really didn't think about this one here because I guess it really wasn't important to me, but a person I recently just talked to let me know they were actually living in Albuquerque because they were searching for a bigger urban environment. And for somebody like me that doesn't need all that stimulation, I mean, I drink energy drinks and caffeine all day, so I'm stimming pretty hard. Adding that extra layer of noise and busyness when it comes down to my environment of where I'm living may stir up the pot a little bit. So I really didn't think about it until we had this conversation. This person said, yeah, man, I like to live in kind of like a high-rise, either condo, apartment, where I'm overlooking the city, where I see nothing but city lights. There are people walking up and down the street, you know, socializing, conversating. I'm able to walk down the street to a coffee shop and they're open. If I want a pizza in the middle of the night, I can go get it, you know, those kinds of things, which you can certainly do all those things here, but it's just going to be a little bit of a travel. For him, it was proximity of an urban environment, just having everything within a walking distance. So if that's what you're searching for and that's the type of living that you're looking for, Albuquerque is going to offer that at scale, but not really to that magnitude. So you may want to consider, hey, is that going to be super important to me? Is having entertainment all the time, really a walk away from my front doorstep, going to be something that I want? Or do I enjoy my peace and quiet, and do I want to be able to control that? Because here in Albuquerque, guys, believe it or not, you can actually have some control over that. I live on the west side, and for the most part, it's pretty quiet. If I lived on the east side, I'm sure that it'd probably be the same. I've even been in some places in the middle of the city where, you know, on Sundays it's like super quiet, and it's kind of weird that you're in the middle of the city and you can't even hear any noise around you. So if you want noise, you want people out and about on the streets, you want to be able to socialize with strangers and all that stuff, and that's your jam and jelly, you may want to consider a metro area. But if you want to have control of, you know, when you do these things and you want to be able to have your sanctuary, you might want to consider moving to Albuquerque. Now, as somebody that used to rely on the public transportation system a whole lot just to get around the city, talking about in my teens, I never really seen that there was a lack of it. But to most people that have experienced some of this major metro area and their public transportation systems, they may see that it does lack a little bit. It's not as extensive as like having a monorail or having trolleys and all that stuff. For the majority, it is going to be a basic bus route that we have here. And ever since they put in the ART bus, things have gotten better. But for those urban dwellers that don't really want to drive anywhere and they just want to use the public transportation system because it's green and they save money that way, you may want to reconsider moving to Albuquerque, because Albuquerque is pretty far spread out, and for the majority, you're probably going to want to drive there because the bus route system just takes too long to get where you want to go, just because everything is so far spread out. So is Albuquerque lacking in its public transportation system? Maybe just a little bit. It's so darn big and spread out that not having a vehicle is almost a disservice to yourself. Now, the more that I think about it, I think we should have named this video Introverts versus Extroverts, who should move to Albuquerque. But we're not. We're really just going to talk about a few key reasons why people are moving. And this one here is pretty funny. A lot of people are moving away because we don't have large festivals and cultural events. And there's not to say that we don't have things going on here. It's really going to be particular to that season, right? Like Balloon Fiesta in the fall, Summerfest in the summer, and then of course during the winter time you're going to have like the holiday shopping strolls that are going on every weekend. So a couple of key things there to consider: that our events are a little bit more intimate. They're not going to be these massive things where there's going to be millions of people gathering there, and there's obviously not millions of people that live in our state. There's just going to be a few hundred. So small intimate events is what you can expect when you live here, and people who are searching for these massive events where they got big concerts, big artists coming, big things to do. I mean, here it's really going to be a fraction of what's going on there in those major cities. So now the last topic on why people are leaving Albuquerque this next year is because we still lack modern infrastructure. Now, that's not to say that we're not trying, or at least giving it our best shot to be able to keep up with these other major cities. It's just taking a little bit longer. And as old as our mindset is, guys, we really believe in, if it's not broken, we shouldn't fix it. And we really love to keep that historical charm alive within our city, because it's what makes us different. It's what sets us apart from everybody else, because you're not going to be able to go to a Denver or go to a Houston or go to a Los Angeles. You're not going to be able to experience what we have here in places like Old Town. A lot of those old buildings are very well maintained and kept up with. So, I mean, you can just almost picture what life would be like in those times when Albuquerque was just starting. So the modern infrastructure isn't super high tech, isn't gonna be this thing where you get wowed when you come here. It's gonna be pretty modern and pretty basic, and a lot of people don't like that. Now, you may be considering moving to Albuquerque, I don't know, and some of these reasons may be why you're actually moving here, right? Because you want to get away from the noise. You want to get away from people just constantly being around you. You want to have some space, you want to have a slower pace of living, or you just want to live somewhere that is going to be a little bit more affordable to live. Whatever the reason is, guys, we'd love to help you. Me and my team are ready to help you guys with this whole move. And again, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. I'd love to get on a quick call with you guys to make sure that you guys are geared up to make that move happen this year in 2025. So I'm gonna go ahead inside. I'm gonna get this new year started. You guys are already watching this in the new year. I'm recording this on New Year's Eve. So I hope you guys had a good one. Hope you stayed safe. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.